Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about climate change. Look, this climate change is most pertinent and most significant topic nowadays because we are witnessing many climate related events in our surrounding and they are happening at a very fast pace. So it's a high time to discuss such a wonderful topic and such a alarming topic also. So bear with me, we will discuss this entire topic in much elucidated way and we will highlight each and every aspect of this topic. And at the very outset, let me also tell you that I don't have any readouts here. So I will exactly share my own opinion about this topic, my own thoughts, and my own understanding about this topic. So, yes, without wasting our time, let's start this topic. So, first question comes to our mind that what is this climate change? So basically, climate change is a long-term change in temperature and weather patterns, and this could happen due to volcanic eruptions, due to sun's behavior, due to natural activities, due to human activities also. So yes, that's how this climate change happens. And after 19th century, as we entered in our first industrial revolution, the pace of this climate change also uh, also happened at a very high speed. So as we are now at the brink of fourth industrial revolution, so yes, god knows what will happen in future, because in the last one decade these climate related events are happening at a very fast pace. What are these climate related events? Look at heat waves happening in entire north india, in south india, and it's not only india's problem, it's a global issue, and it is happening globally, affecting each and every nation, each and every society, each and every state, each and every individual. Look at floods are happening, recently happened in assam where it floods displaced many people there. And look at this water scarcity which is happening in our country at a very fast pace. Recently delhi faced water crisis, last year bangalore faced water crisis, last to last year even shimla. Look at the gravity of the situation. Shimla, totally hilly surrounded city, is also facing such kind of issues. Then forget about the metro cities. So water scarcity is also happening, droughts are happening, and forest fires are happening at a very fast pace. Recently happened in Uttarakhand, and then Air Force came for the rescue with their Bambi bucket system. So overall, climate-related events are happening at a very fast pace, and if you are still living in a denial mode that climate change is just a prediction and it's not happening, so you are in a very sorry state. So let's further talk about basic science of this climate change. Climate change happens when carbon dioxide, methane, these kind of gases get trapped in our atmosphere. These gases create blanket in our atmosphere and trap solar radiations in our atmosphere, and these radiations obviously raise the temperature of our earth. And after raising of the temperature, melting of glaciers happen, um, rise of sea level happen, and many catastrophic events that I talked just a minute ago, like water scarcity, all such kind of events start taking place. So this is a basic science of this climate change. So let's talk about why it is happening, why this climate change is happening. First one is first one is very obvious, like this economic development. All countries are in a race, not in a race but in a marathon to become a developed country, and for that they don't much care or bother about this environment. They are much bothered about their economy, their gdp, their per capita income, and they are in competition with each other to become superpower, regional power. And environment and all this climate change, global warming goes back to backseat. So they are not much bothered about this environment, but they are bothered about much of their economy. So economic activities, not taking environment much in concern, is the main cause of its happening. The second point would be global issue. If we talk about this climate change, we all know it's a global issue. So globally, if it's a global issue affecting each and every nation, each and every state, so hardly any country is bothered about it, and countries are in a denial phase that why we should bother, we should care about this climate change. It will affect each and every individual, and it's a global issue. All will sink together. So such kind of hard mentality is also one of the reason why it is happening, this climate change. So this is the second point. Third point would be less proactive measures. Countries are not much protective of the environment, so obviously they will take less proactive measures, and less proactive measures means you are not protecting your environment. So uh, having dearth of such less proactive measure is also the major cause of its happening, that is climate change. So this is the third point. A fourth point would be wars. We all see wars are happening at an international level, like Russia Ukraine war, Israel Hamas war, Armenia Azerbaijan war, and even countries are also facing such kind of internal issues, like in India terrorism. So these wars, these kind of issues, these kind of activities also accelerating the pace of this climate change. If war is happening, then obviously we need a lot of arms ammunitions. If you are continuously firing missiles that release a lot of toxic gases, that will definitely affect this climate change and boost this climate change even. So wars are also the major cause of its happening, that is climate change. So yes, these are some points we have discussed, that why it is happening. So let's talk about some of the solutions, that how we can curtail this climate change. So the first and the very obvious solution is that uh, countries should join hands together, by making international forums, like we have this IPCC, International Panel for Climate Change, which continuously releases ARs, assessment reports, which assess the condition of climate change. And obviously they produce their report, and by thoroughly understanding that report, countries adopt such policies um, on behalf of that report. And like conference of parties is also happening. And so these are some of the steps. Another step could be making more sound and foolproof agreements, like Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, like Paris Agreement signed in COP 21, I think, and its main agenda to limit the global temperature below 1.5 degrees Celsius, pre-industrial level. So yes, these kind of agreements are also much worthy and much productive if countries will seriously take these agreements. Like in this Paris Agreement, also Donald Trump withdrew from this Paris Agreement, and later Joe Biden joined this agreement. So countries should follow such kind of agreements seriously, and should adhere the goals of such kind of agreements. So this is the second solution. Third solution would be greener economies. All countries are in race to become a developed country, so we should go in that race. It's okay to be in that part of that race, but we should adopt green kind of initiative, green economies. We should promote that. Like look at India. India is shifting towards EVs, electric vehicles. So and much solar kind of initiative, harnessing the use of wind energy. So these kind of green initiative will make us progressive and make us survival at the same time. So such kind of initiatives are more worthy, and each and every country should follow such kind of initiatives. So this is, I think, the third point. Fourth point could be net zero emission. We should achieve this net zero. Emission is our great enemy, so we should achieve net zero as fast as possible. Just taking the example of India, like India's prime minister committed that India will achieve net zero by the end of 2070, and other countries also made such kind of commitments. And making a commitment is not a, hard task. You can make a commitment, but adhering and following that commitment is the most important thing. So firstly, you are making such kind of commitment, it's excellent. but we should also make policies in that regard also. Like India also made a commitment that India will you know utilize or fully depend upon renewable energy sources, fulfill 50% of its need from renewable energy sources by the end of 2030. So these are good steps, and each and every country should look such kind of steps, look such kind of policies, what the policies government is forming to achieve those targets, to fulfill those goals. So this is another solution. So uh, I think we have thoroughly discussed about this topic. Now let's come to the individual part. At an individual level, what you can do. So don't think that it's a global problem and the government solely bear the responsibility to curtail the effects of climate change. Yes, government plays a major role, but at minor level, individual can also do a lot of things. Individual can do small tasks like use public vehicle instead of private vehicle if there is no urgency, do carpooling, take care of electricity, not to waste much water. So these are small steps, and small things make a large difference. So individuals should also take the responsibility, not to only blame the government. So individual can also do a lot at his or her own part. So at the concluding part, I would say that Mother Nature has provided us everything to fulfill our needs, but not our greeds. So greeds are happening at the government level, at a nation level, at an individual level. All want to become economical, uh, strong. All countries want to become developed countries at the cost of environment. Individual want to achieve more and more success as far as financially is concerned. So yes, that's a good thing, but environment is paramount. We should protect our environment first. If there is no environment, means there is no life. Without life, uh, you are nothing. So yes, life is at stake, and we should take this climate change much seriously. We should make efforts, we should spread awareness, we should do campaign for it. We should take care of our each and every activity. Whether our activity is affecting environment, then we have to make further move by taking that into regard. So yes, climate change is uh, much debated topic nowadays, and we should not take it as a granted. You can see the temperature rising, heat waves, and we are bearing the brunt of this situation. So ultimately, we are the last generation who could do a lot to save this environment. Otherwise, our future generation will become helpless totally. So yes, it's a right apt time to discuss and to understand this topic, and I hope you got much understanding about this topic, and I hope you will further research on this topic also, and share your thoughts, comments with me. Yeah, thank you, have a good day.